This is the WWE Week in Review, episode 241.
Seth freaking Rollins, and this is Bretto live on YouTube.
We're starting with Monday Night Raw. Halfway through the video, you already know we're jumping into Smackdown, the blueprint. So if you want to skip to Smackdown, feel free to do so by skipping halfway through the video. Unless you guys are trying to see what happened on Monday Night Raw, stay right here. We opened up the show with Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre talking about Sami Zayn, talking about Jey Uso. He cannot get his mind off of Jey Uso. Drew McIntyre will not move on. It's still the slowest heel turn of all time. At the end of the show, though, yeah, Drew's heel. Yep, Drew is a big bully heel. No doubt about it. Sami Zayn interrupts Drew McIntyre and comes out and starts reasoning with Drew. Doesn't really work out. Drew McIntyre states to Sami Zayn that he's glad that the bloodline screwed Sami. Leads to a one-on-one match between the two men that they talked about last week. The match was great. Sami Zayn definitely played the underdog. At a point in this match, I thought Sami Zayn was going to win with the Blue Thunder Bomb, but it didn't happen. In the end, Drew McIntyre hits the Claymore after Sami Zayn had injured his leg by jumping off the top rope. I'm like, really? It was sort of an awkward finish, too, because the ref was sort of checking on Sami while Drew hit the Claymore. I was like, what? Drew wins with the Claymore, and then later backstage, Sami Zayn's getting checked out by medical, and Drew McIntyre attacks Sami Zayn again because Sami Zayn mentioned his family in the beginning of the promo, in the beginning of the show. This was a solid match. Drew McIntyre is a bad guy. He's such a badass. I love it. I think Drew's great. I think Sami's amazing, but I feel like ever since they lost the tag titles, him and Kevin Owens, they've been doing Sami Zayn kind of dirty. That's just my opinion. Sami is still insanely talented, though. Nia Jax went one-on-one with Shayna Baszler, looking to get a little revenge on Shayna Baszler for all those months ago when, before Nia got released, Shayna actually broke the arm of Nia Jax when their tag team broke up. So, Nia looked for a little revenge on Shayna, and she got it. She hit that, insane bonsai drop she does in the corner. 1, 2, 3. Ain't no way Shayna's getting out of that. And then after the match, Becky Lynch comes out, and she states her claim against Nia Jax, because there's some unfinished business between Becky and Nia as well. Remember when Nia Jax busted the face of Becky Lynch during that Smackdown raid? And then Becky Lynch was all bloody, and that's basically how the man was born. So, thank you, Nia Jax. But yeah, Becky sort of scared Nia away, and I guarantee this is going to be a match coming here in the horizon on Raw. R-Truth invades the Judgment Day locker room again. Dude is hilarious, bro. I forgot how much I missed R-Truth. He's back. Obviously, he returned to Survivor Series while we were there. R-Truth, he invades the locker room. He has this big box TV, and he's just pretending like he's in the Judgment Day, and then Priest is getting all frustrated. Damian Priest frustrated, by the way, is so funny, dude. I love when he's frustrated, getting mad at JD, getting mad with Dom. No Finn Balor or Rhea Ripley on this show. I found that kind of odd. So Judgment Day did not have the numbers on this show, but they did have R-Truth. DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa went up in a tag team match up against Imperium, Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci in a 2 out of 3 falls match. This match was really good. I love the 2 out of 3 falls stipulation to it. Obviously, 1 fall to Imperium, 1 fall to Gargano and Ciampa, obviously, and then it comes down to 1 more fall, and then Gargano and Ciampa actually get that fall with the meat in the middle. I was actually really shocked to see Ciampa and Gargano win a match. I swear, they never win. They'll win a solo match here and there, but they, never win an actual tag team match as DIY, and they finally did here. This was a great match, dude. I love Ludwig Kaiser. I say it every week. He's amazing. Imperium is just great in the whole. Even Giovanni Vinci, he pulled out all the stops. He did a bounce, and then off the ropes, and boom. I was like, holy cow, Gio, you're crazy, man. I love Imperium. I like DIY. Not as much as Imperium, but it was cool to see them get the dub here. They definitely needed it. Kayden Carter and Katana Chance went up against Natalya and Tegan Nox, and this felt like a number 1 contenders match. I don't know if it was labeled as a number 1 contenders match for the Women's Tag Team Championships, but it felt like it. You had Piper Niven and Chelsea Green on ringside on commentary, being really annoying on commentary. In the end, Kayden Carter and Katana Chance, they were actually able to pick up the victory with a really cool acrobatic double team, little frog splash off Kayden Carter's shoulders with Katana Chance because she's tiny. It was a pretty cool double team, and yeah, they're going to be going up against Piper Niven and Chelsea Green, I'd assume, for the Women's Tag Team titles in the future. And then, yeah, Chelsea Green got sort of knocked off the apron because she was being annoying, which she definitely deserved it. Cody Rhodes wanted answers on why Shinsuke Nakamura attacked him last week with the mist, and Cody Rhodes said that's one of his childhood fears, is the poisonous mist. And Shinsuke Nakamura did interrupt on the Titantron, though. But honestly, I do prefer prefer these Titantron videos for Shinsuke Nakamura, because when he has a microphone live in the center of the ring, he can't speak any English, dude, so he can't tell a story, you know what I'm saying? So to have him on the Titantron with the translations of his language, I love it. I love it, man. It really helps in the storyline, for at least for me to understand it more. So Nakamura basically just says, we have a very similar story, and I'm trying to end your story and resume it with my story, because Shin won the Rumble and lost at Mania, Cody won the Rumble and lost at Mania, and Shinsuke wants to take Cody Rhodes' story. Definitely not going to happen. They're going to go one-on-one on Monday Night Raw, and Cody Rhodes going to win, guaranteed. Unless they want to extend this storyline, Shinsuke Nakamura will cause a disqualification, and it'll continue throughout Monday Night Raw until the Royal Rumble. Creed Brothers! Heck yeah, baby! We saw the #1 contenders for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. The Creed Brothers, they went up against JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio of the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day wanted to get a little feel of what they're going up against, because Damian Priest and Finn Balor have to defend their tag titles up against the Creed Brothers. So Dom and JD took on the tasks of the Creeds, and it didn't really work out too well, man. Brutus and Julius Creed, they took care of business, dude. Brutus Ball, top rope, 1, 2, 3, bro. I love watching them. They are both so incredibly talented and freaking agile for the size men that they are. Like, to see them do the moves that they do is just outrageous to me. I love the Creeds. I think they're great. Like, oh my gosh, they're amazing in the ring. They could definitely work on mic skills, obviously, but like, they're still new, and like their ring skills are like second to none. They're great. Seth Rollins really wants nothing to do with CM Punk. He really doesn't. But Seth Rollins went one-on-one with Jey Uso in the main event of Monday Night Raw for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and this was a heck of a match. I loved it. Oh, Jey Uso, he had it. He had it in the bag. Oh, dude, he hits the spear. He hits the frog splash. And for a second, I'm like, oh my God, Jay's about to become World Heavyweight Champion. But I always had in the back of my mind, I'm like, wait a minute. Seth Rollins needs to face CM Punk at WrestleMania 40 for the World Heavyweight Championship. Jey Uso cannot win this match, unfortunately. Yeet. In the end, Seth Rollins hits the pedigree and then the curb stomp. He doubled up so many moves on Jay to pin him 1, 2, 3 to retain his World Heavyweight Championship. And I was so sad. It was so sad. You could see the heartbroken faces of all the fans in the crowd that were wearing Yeet shirts. I felt so bad for them. I even felt bad for Jey Uso, but obviously Seth has got to retain. After the match, Jey Uso gets another beatdown by Drew McIntyre, who sends him through the announce table. Drew McIntyre is such a freaking baby. He cannot get over the fact that he wasn't able to beat Roman Reigns, and Jey Uso wasn't even the guy that screwed over Drew McIntyre at Clash at the Castle. It was Solo Sikoa. It wasn't even Jey Uso. I mean, yes, Jey Uso was part of the bloodline. He was part of the bloodline, yeah, but it was Solo. Somebody needs to tell Drew that it was Solo. For real. He keeps attacking Jay. It was Solo Sikoa. But I really enjoyed this match. I hope we could see them go at it again, because this was really, really good. Yes, guys, that was Monday Night Raw. WWE Action Figure Setup Style. If I were to rank the show this week, I'd give the show a solid 3 out of 5. Yeah, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It was a pretty good show. Solid show of wrestling. No doubt about it. Tribute to the troops. This episode of Smackdown really encapsulated what it really means to be an American hero. A shout out to all of the troops, by the way. Oh my goodness. Literally, I love when they did this Tribute to the Troops episode. And it was great. This is the 21st annual Tribute to the Troops, and they incorporated it with Smackdown this time. I thought it was a really smart idea, because normally Tribute to the Troops is its own thing. It's on like some weird time during some random day. I'm glad they did it on Smackdown. It felt like a breath of fresh air. It was really nice. They had a bunch of servicemen and women in the crowd too, which was freaking awesome. We're going to talk about the show. We opened up the show with Santos Escobar going one-on-one with Dragon Lee, and this is the round 1 of the United States Championship Tournament. Of course, the #1 Contenders Tournament. Santos faced Dragon Lee, Survivor Series rematch. This match was okay. Dominic Mysterio did make his presence felt on ringside, and funny thing is, he's a Raw superstar. Dominic Mysterio should not be out here. He's a Raw superstar. He comes out. He shouldn't be here. He's cheering on Santos Escobar, obviously, and Santos Escobar takes the W over Dragon Lee for the second time. I believe he hit a Michinoku driver to pick up the victory. It was nothing crazy, and I was expecting Dragon Lee to kick out, but he didn't. Santos takes another dub. This match wasn't as good as their Survivor Series match, in my opinion, but Santos Escobar will be advancing in this tournament in round 1. Cody Rhodes made his presence felt on this episode of the Tribute to the Troops Smackdown. It was really good. Cody, of course, the American Nightmare, so he came out. He gave a shout out to all the servicemen and women of this freaking country, and it was just amazing having Cody Rhodes out there. Truly, such a great talker, and who better to freaking, give a shout out to the troops than the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. This was awesome. They did an awesome video package showing John Cena and the different tribute to the troops bases they've been to and just different shows that they've had. It was awesome. It was truly awesome. It was another round 1 match in the United States Championship Tournament. It was Bobby Lashley, a former Army veteran right here, going up against Karrion Kross one-on-one. This match was actually pretty decent. I did watch Karrion Kross recently live face Cedric Alexander in a one-on-one match, in a dark match before SmackDown, and he won that, but he came up short here in his matchup against Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley hit the spear, 1, 2, 3, and your Army veteran, Bobby Lashley, wins the match, and he celebrates with the Street Profits up by the stage. But the funny thing is, I swear, the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley, they're heel one week, and then they're face the next week. Like, they also have to make up their mind, just like Drew McIntyre. Are you face or are you heel? I'm getting a face vibe now from the Profits and Bobby Lashley. Like, I don't know, man. But it's cool to see Bobby prevail here and beat Karrion Kross. CM Punk cut a freaking epic promo, guys. This blows away the Raw promo that he cut a couple weeks back. This promo rocked. It wasn't what do you want to talk about, it's who do you want to talk about. CM Punk mentioned a ton of current superstars on the roster. Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, LA Knight, Solo Sikoa. He mentioned so many freaking people that he could have a rivalry with. Obviously, we all know he's going after Seth Rollins. He did technically declare himself for the Royal Rumble. He said he's going to be in the Royal Rumble and throw 29 men over the top rope. He didn't declare himself, I'm declaring myself in the Royal Rumble. He didn't say that, but we all know he's going to be in the Rumble. He said he will main event WrestleMania. That's what he wants to do here in WWE, and I guarantee it's up against Seth Rollins. But does Punk win the Rumble, though? That is the big question. This could be like I said, I've been saying this for a couple weeks now. This could be the best Royal Rumble of all time. It really could be. I'm so excited for it. This was a heck of a promo from Punk. My favorite promo since he's been back, easily, even though he's only had 2. This one felt like it had time. This one felt unscripted at points. I was like, this is just amazing. It felt great. It was really awesome. It was a match between Asuka and Charlotte. Damage Control was supposed to be on ringside for this match, but they actually got scared away by Selena Vega, Michin, Mia Yim, Shotzi, and Bianca Belair. And yes, Bayley was not supposed to be on ringside for this match. Damage Control once again told Bayley to stay in the back. They don't need Bayley's help. And then Bayley came out, distracted Charlotte, and that allowed Asuka to roll up Charlotte and win the match. It actually worked for Bayley this time, coming out and distracting, the opponent of Damage Control. It actually worked this time, so maybe Bayley will be in good graces with the Damage Control now. But yes, Asuka does beat Charlotte. This match was just okay. And we had a heck of a tag team match for the main event. It was Randy Orton and LA Knight, going up against Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso of the Bloodline. Randy Orton looking to get a little revenge here on the Bloodline in this match, and he did just that. LA Knight looked for the BFT in the end of the match to Jimmy Uso, and then Randy Orton turned it around into an RKO and stole the finish. 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton and LA Knight pick up the victory. This was a heck of a tag team match. I enjoyed it. Randy Orton looks great, and it was just a solid way to end the show. Of course, Randy Orton sending a little message to the Bloodline and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns will be on SmackDown next week. Freaking finally, Bro is returning from another long hiatus. It feels like Brock Lesnar, literally, oh my gosh, Roman, come back already. But yeah, LA Knight looked good as well, and I'm excited to see Randy Orton and Roman Reigns go face to face. That's happening next week. You know it. You freaking know it. This episode of SmackDown was a breath of fresh air. I really enjoyed it. Thought it was really well put together. I love the tribute to the troops spin on it. I thought that was amazing. Seeing the armed service men and women of this freaking country in the front row and all around the arena. It was awesome. They were in Rhode Island. It's an awesome episode of SmackDown. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. Thought it was a really solid episode of SmackDown. I hope you guys enjoyed the weekend review this week. I'll see you guys next week for the weekend review when we run it back for 242 episodes, baby. I'll see you guys next time. But a lot is